Yes, yes, I'm here again on this Monday. Well, basically, plans for the evening fell through. I had recordings with multiple people who both cancelled on me for well, Connor didn't cancel. Connor fell asleep. Tara moved recording. I mean, this may have already been the case earlier on when I streamed earlier, because I knew this earlier today, but because Tara had already moved her recordings and because Connor then fell asleep, all of a sudden I had a free night, and I promised a late night stream this week. And while it might be a little weird doing it on the Monday because I already did the early stream today, here we are. Here we are. Small crowd just now, but it was a bit of a surprise stream, so we'll see who filters in over time. I keep my promise. That's because I'm great. A little bit. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. This is the thing. I had like 3 hours sleep, but I don't want to go to sleep too early because I'll wake up too early tomorrow. Hey, I'll just say David. Oh dear. Heather Gate. Oh yeah, no. So I basically called someone Heather when it should have been Elizabeth. That's apparently what happened. But people confuse me because I was starting to think there was a character named Heather. I'm like, who's Heather? But it's my fault. Oh, there's a cat one then. Hold on. Firefly. My ginger feline wanting to get in. Oh, Tara's making her presence felt. Hey, Serenity. Oh. And hey, Renegade Sunday. I never said that to you guys. I just had like a cinnamon cracker thing. It was pretty nice. Buffy question. Go on then. You know I'll answer a hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer question. Hey, Cindy. What the Heather is going on? I watched Heather's last night. Today a YouTuber posted a reaction to Heather's and now you called someone Heather. End times is 9. Nothing intentional. For some reason I just thought someone named Elizabeth, or I knew she was named Elizabeth, I just called her Heather like a couple of times apparently. I missed 12 minutes of the best live night stream show on the net. Not really, I was a little bit late starting. The welcome screen was up for a while. You know what, Renegade? Your comment's being flagged for review. I'm going to hide it because I don't want to. Just in case other people have not seen the show, I'm not going to show it just so that it doesn't spoil it for anyone. But to answer your question, there was an episode where he tried to. So that answers your question. You know what you asked. There's an episode where he tries to. And thank you, Rude Boy. What a pleasant comment to start off on. I'm just looking up the upcoming TV shows. Tara was just telling me there was a HBO miniseries starting tonight. Legion's back on tonight, and I do plan on doing a solo review of that tomorrow, so people still get a season 3 review. Which Cindy is sponsoring, by the way. Oh, Kevin's back. Hello. What did I end up eating for dinner, Decay? What did I have? I had beans and sausage, which normally I would have potatoes with, but I was feeling lazy. And then I just had some cinnamon cracker things to kind of round out my. I've got some strawberries and apples. I might have some fruit later. Maybe even on stream. Who wants to see me eat fruit? Raise your hands. When I'm getting peckish later. Yeah. Yeah, well, I know some people enjoyed our conversations in the last season. Now, Connor won't be on it because for timing's sake, we have got so much going on right now. And it doesn't help when Connor falls asleep when we had both a Dark and a Tool to Die Young scheduled to record tonight. So when neither of those things go up tomorrow, you can blame Connor for it. It's Connor's fault. You'll see them on Wednesday. Instead, you'll get Screams After Midnight early tomorrow instead of tonight to spread out the content a little bit. And then tomorrow, no Trek actually this week, but you'll get Legion episode 1 review. Which I know isn't the same, Tara. I know you're upset. Star Trek will be back soon. I promise. I promise. This is the thing. Tara's in this weird position where she's a fan of some of the content still, but actually has access to nag me when the things that she likes aren't happening. So sad. In case you didn't see my response on Dark regarding the name of the character, when I posted that, I was literally rewatching Dark Season 1 for the 4th time as to catch up. The comment was real time. No, yeah, I saw your comment explaining that. It was just funny though, because I saw that comment the day I watched the episode in Season 2 that addressed it in some way. Didn't answer it, as you said, but, you know, is clearly aware that that's a question that's... and it's not like out the realm of possibility. So it does exist. Husbands that take their wives' names, like that does happen. So you watched episode 3 of Dark already? I did watch episode 3 of Dark. I watched episode 3 of Dark, expecting to review it very soon after I watched it, only to just be greeted with no responses, which means that a certain Ginger has fallen asleep, and I'm throwing him under the bus. But you know what? He does this like once every week, so. He's getting shit for it. Oh. But yeah, I was just looking up other shows that are coming up soon. New things that yeah, in fact, on the 30th of June, our patrons asked us to do The Loudest Voice from Showtime, to try that pilot as part of the pilot program. So we'll be doing that for sure. There's also a pilot on Stars that night called The Rook, which... a little bit lower priority. If we have time, we might try and squeeze that in. The Boy 2 has been pushed? When? When is The Boy pushed to? This is great news. Hey Tyler. Hey Mako. Hey Bob. That's why Dark is good. Even little details that appear missed by the series are purposeful and not forgotten. I watched up to episode 5 and wow, that is my spoiler. Wow. Yeah, no spoilers for me. An actual bus? A what bus? Also, as I'm going through these, if there's any of these ones that I say I don't think we'll have time for, if Tara volunteers, Tara can do it. What we got? We don't care about Love Island. That's not a proper show. Snowfall's not a new show. Is there anything in July? Man, July's quiet. Pandora, sci-fi show in CW. Priscilla Quintana heads the cast of the summer sci-fi action series set at Earth Space Training Academy in the year 2199. What? The Boy 2 get pushed to December? I'm tweeting at Tim Vergulish right now. Right now. Pearson, that's a spin-off, although it is a spin-off of a show that I've not watched. Yeah, July's looking quite quiet for new shows. There's Another Life. It's the sci-fi Netflix show. We'll definitely be trying that. Katie Sackhoff, is in it? Yeah. One of the creators of Killjoys. That was an okay show. I didn't finish it, admittedly. It'll be cancelled since it's on sci-fi. Will be cancelled. Another Life? Another Life's on Netflix. Killjoys actually got a 5th and final season on sci-fi, so, you know. Ezra Miller's The Flash still? What? Oh no. Anyway, yeah, tweeting. I'm going to tweet Tim. Bloody disgusting. Yeah, I'll get the facts. You're right. I should back this up. I was pointing out the Amazon did basically no PR for Too Old to Die Young. I'm hoping back and forth between this and Dark. You're hopping back and forth. Yeah, I mean that's basically what we're doing now to an extent. We're supposed to record one of each tonight, but Connor fell asleep, so I guess. Well, we're supposed to do one of each tonight and then another one of each tomorrow, and they wouldn't all go up straight away. They'd be kind of spread out throughout the week, so you'd be getting constant of each kind of thing. But because we didn't record any tonight, you know, the two we record tomorrow will probably both go up on Wednesday. From the 4 episodes of Too Old to Die Young I've watched so far, I pretty much love it. It's exactly my kind of artsy nonsense. Right, bloody disgusting. Oh, I accept your cookies. Oh, where's this news story? Oh, here we go. Yeah, here it is. Here. This is earlier today. Cookies. Wait, who said cookies? Oh, I said cookies. Oh. You're dying to watch Hannibal Comes Home. Shut up, Tyler. Shut up. Speaking of Too Old to Die Young, I saw pictures of Refn and Keanu at the premiere. Refn is sillier than I thought he'd be. Yeah, he's a pretty goofy guy every time I've seen him in various things. Sorry, Bob. I'm glad I could offer some respite from your day. Reference the same category as Esmail. They both borrow from famous directors, but do it tastefully and expertly. Oh yeah, Homecoming was such a Brian De Palma like homage, but it was beautifully done. Alright, I need to do this tweet from the Screams account. This is happening. Oh, I'm gonna rub this in so much. Oh, I'm ruining Tim's honeymoon. This is great. Brahms, the boy 2, has been pushed to December. ... And in all caps, suck it, Tim. Oh dear. I'll leave it at him. I do love the fact that there was a section of comics from the multiverse dedicated. Yeah, we just kind of started talking about Tim halfway through the comics podcast, and it became such a 10-minute conversation. I just gave it its own timestamp. If you wanted to skip past the Tim section, you can just go to the next one. Yeah. Oh, I love Drive. Although Too Old to Die Young is definitely more like his other work, I would say, than it is Drive. It's full reffing. This is when you tweet, "Where's your diploma now, Timothy?" You know what? I'm just going to copy that. I'll do that on my account and I'll reply to it. I'm stealing it. How many is educated dog? So Toyota Dialogue is why the sound department recording room tone. It proves why a sound recording room tone is important to how a movie or TV show feels. Yeah, it's really weird that it's not there, so it gives it this unique thing. Does Tim have the boy doll in his place, sleeping with it, hugging it, talking to it like it's a real boy? Yeah, he does, and his new wife does not like it very much. She's kind of trying to talk him out of it. If they get divorced early, that'll be why. It'll be Brahms. Brahms will split them up. That'll be what it is. Oh, likes are coming in. This is excellent. Sorry, ask a question. I'm looking for it. What is Yahoo View? Yahoo View. Yahoo View. I'm struggling to say that in my accent. Yahoo View. And why should I care that it's ending? I have no idea what Yahoo View is, so I have no idea why you should care that it's ending. Brahms will be the real villain in their marriage too. We have to make Tim pick between Leprechaun and Brahms at some point. Oh, the boy and Annabelle should hook up. They should. They should. They absolutely should. Oh. Alright. 2 streams in one night, Sheldon, I know. I promised a late stream this week, and plans for recording tonight fell through. So, I'm here. In the flesh. Yeah. Well, not in the flesh, on a screen. You know, digitally, over the internet. As I often do. So this is the year of the doll, Annabelle the Boy 2, Toy Story 4, and Child's Play. One of those things is not like the other. I feel like Toy Story 4 is sticking out a little bit there in that list. For an obvious reason. Oh, Matt's messaged me. Matt is watching Legends season 2 and it's glorious. He is. That's what he messaged me about. He's asking me if Damien Dark was remotely as good in Arrow as he is in Legends, and of course I said no, he was terrible in Arrow, and Legends gave him life. Child's Play is not a doll. He's an AI. Are you spoiling things, Bob? Not that I'm that surprised, admittedly, given the robotic idea that was flying around, but seeing as the day they close, it's the first time I'm hearing about it. No wonder they failed. That's fair. Nate is the best. Nate is pretty good. I like Nate a lot in Legends. No worries, Sheldon. On a completely random note, I'm minutes away from an Amazon delivery, which includes coffee pods for my Keurig. I am literally jonesing for coffee. Would it upset you if I told you I hated coffee and can't stand the taste of it? Probably not, but I am in the minority, annoyingly. Oh, people are liking tweets. Aye. Well, Tyler's one of them, but also Panda. Yeah. So good. So good. Some people are weird with food, rude boys. Not so much that I thought you were specifically a dick with this stuff, but some people get so like territorial when it comes to like food likes and dislikes. I don't know what it is. It's weird. The correct minority. Yeah. You just need to get used to the taste and you'll be addicted. Yeah, but I'm probably better off not getting addicted to it. Like I've done a good job like switching to water for pretty much 90% of my drinking. Like I'll have a Red Bull like once in a while, and even then I've not had a Red Bull in like 2 or 3 weeks. Like I usually have one of those a week, and it's been a few weeks since the last one. I was in the trailers, Bob. Fair enough. Clearly, it's something I'm forgetting from the trailers. Did some fact checking. I don't think the Flash thing is true. Okay, well that's good because he was terrible. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely some stuff that I should train myself to get used to the taste of, just so I can eat healthier. There's definitely some stuff I need to build a taste for over time. Oh, Doom Patrol may continue because of SDCC? Oh. Is it true that Taika Waititi might be making a Flash Gordon movie? Well, let's find out. I think that sounds familiar. There's definitely a Flash Gordon movie in the works. Yeah, it's an animated movie. Where are we? Except cookies, yes. I love cookies. Give me all the cookies. Fox Disney is attached Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi to crack. Which Flash Gordon, an animated feature film. John Davies is producing. This is from Deadline, by the way. I heard that filmmaker interview with Waititi. He was signed on to write and direct, but his camp indicates it's too early to gauge exactly what his role will be. So he might not actually direct it. He might just be kind of producing, maybe pitching the story, but then leaving it for other people. Just kind of depends how busy his schedule is. Needs that sweet, sweet soundtrack though. But tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. 1950s period. And we're back. Yep. The OBS disconnected for a couple of seconds. Happens sometimes. I read the second part of Rude Boys thing and it made no sense, huh? FYI, I've mentioned a quirky horror movie from the 80s called Parents. It's now free on Prime. It's basically about a boy whose 1950s parents want him to eat meat. That sounds like, wait, what's the actual plot there? But at the same time, because it's so vague, I'm intrigued. Like, what kind of meat are they feeding him? Why does he not want to eat the meat? Is he just an early vegetarian? Yeah, maybe James Wan in it. There you go. That's a way of putting it. I think you're making your own meals is key in eating healthy. Something I'm trying to be better at. But unfortunately, I live in New York City and there's way too much food around to choose from. Yeah, I'm also not really much of a cook, so I don't mind ordering reasonably healthy food. You know, healthier than like pizza and like burgers and shit. Like, I'm trying to cut out a lot of dairy. The only dairy I'm having at all right now is a little bit of milk in the morning, and if I'm having a sandwich, I will have some low-fat spread, which I think does technically have a little bit of dairy in it still. I don't think it's like a vegan spread or anything like that. It's just, but it's like 70% less fat than butter or something like that. Because that's just what I'm used to. And I don't imagine a little bit of spread on my sandwich is making or breaking my efforts. Yeah, Queen's pretty good. I do enjoy Queen. I'm excited for that wacky racist thing. Oh yeah, it's the Scooby Doo movie where it's like Dick Dastardly's the villain. Oh yeah, I'm all about it. All about it. That milk was healthy. Milk is healthy in some ways, but it's also very fatty. And I may have had a friend give me a lecture recently about how adults aren't really supposed to have much dairy. We just kind of do it because we get used to it. I will not try and repeat the whole thing because I don't have the expertise to do it justice, but it was a very convincing speech. Randy Quaid's the father in the Amazon movie. Okay. And parents. Oh, chicken's great. Favorite thing about Sunday's Comments from the Multiverse was how you looked completely uninterested and dead stared ahead while Matt and Connor talked about sports. That was a painful. That's why you only got a little bit of wrestling talk towards the end of the podcast because I brought something up for Matt to hear. But in between two of the chunks that we recorded, Connor left to go to the bathroom and Matt asked me a wrestling question and we sat and talked about wrestling for like 25 minutes and Connor just looked miserable. And it was like, okay, I guess we better continue the show. So even though you didn't see it, Connor had to sit through some shit. What are adults supposed to have a lot of? Everything else? I am not the person that should be answering this. I am really not. Fruit, veg, starch, but probably not dairy. Even though dairy is great, and I love dairy. Oh, moderator does that. Oh. Adults are supposed to have a lot of apathy, that's what I've learned. Oh yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of water. I do like chicken and fish. I can't say I'm not having sausage though. I kind of need sausage for some flavour. I'm not ready to give those up. Maybe never. It makes you flabby. I can attest to that. I used to up until very recently I drank a lot of milk and I'm pretty flabby. Nothing better than some sausage. I do enjoy sausage. Square sausage especially because I'm Scottish and I'm weird. Right, close these different things over. Yeah, chicken's like a lot of what I eat meat-wise. Chicken, fish, and some sausage is basically most of the meat I'm eating just now. Sheldon's back. My stomach and hips are the only problems I have. I walk everywhere every day. Well, I've been walking a lot recently, so I'll hopefully see a bit of a change at some point. Oh, what did you have for dinner? I had some sausage, some beans. Then I had some cinnamon cracker things, which are quite nice afterwards. It wasn't a particularly exciting dinner. I was being kind of lazy. But I do have some strawberries and apples in there for later, though. So I might gorge on those a little bit. Da da ba ba da ba ba ba. I'm glad everyone's concerned with my dinners though. Walk 20 30 minutes a day and you'll see a difference in a month or two. How about 70 to 90 minutes a day? Because that's what I've been doing. Is that too much? Am I going to like hurt myself? Um, I wasn't going to think that was dirty, Mako, to be fair. Where is that dastardly ginger cat? He's behind you. He's behind the camera. Ripley's this week had the longest human nails. Bee catcher who can break stuff with his head, and a tall woman, 6 or 7 feet guy with giant hands and arms. I haven't watched anything like that in a long time. I used to watch stuff like that on TV when I flipped through channels. Well, I've not done that in a long time. So I don't tend to catch shows like that anymore. Get a bite, my dude. Okay, here's a bit of trivia for everyone here. I actually never learned to ride a bike, so I ain't doing that. I did learn to swim though. That seemed important. I ain't drowning. Campbell made an Army of Darkness joke. Oh, that's cool. He seems perfect for that type of show. I haven't reached gym rat status yet, so you're good. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really intend on joining a gym, even though I do want to get in better shape. I don't want to be built. I have no interest in getting like athletic. I just want to be reasonably healthy. Oh, it's not a sore topic, Decay. We're good. I was just never interested in bikes as a kid, and my mother wasn't into bikes and was kind of scared of them. I don't know why. And my father was in a wheelchair, so it just never happened. So even though I'm depressed or sick, I can't work out. With just walking, that gives me enough exercise so I don't gain weight. Being in the 145 to 150 range for 2 years now. I have no idea what weight I am. I'll just watch my clothes sizes go down and I'll be happy enough. You watch Friday the 13th and immediately knew you need to learn how to swim. Yes, that and Jaws. That told me I had to swim. Swimming was important. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. You could get a stationary bike and cycle while you watch shows and movies at home for reviews. I'm pretty sure I tried that when I was a teenager, actually. And it's actually a good idea. Outside of like certain shows, like the thought of like not like sitting down with a surround sound and like really hearing it, upsets me. But I may consider it one day in the future. I like walking though, to be fair. I've been enjoying going out, getting some fresh air, listening to some podcasts. Same with me. Pets never wanted one, and my mom doesn't like animals, so there you go. Yeah. Did you ever play Outlast? I did. I played a fair chunk of Outlast. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, I thought it was well done for what it was. I'm just not a big fan of the run and hide mechanic of horror game. At least not in first person, where that's all you can do. I don't mind a little bit of it in say like Resident Evil 2 remake, where you're like running from Mr. X. I think that's fine because you still feel like you've got power in a lot of different ways. Why stop there? But this isn't 50 million merits, whatever the episode of Black Mirror is called. So I never played Outlast 2, obviously, just based on what I just said. Best investment you ever made was getting a standing desk converter. My desk isn't like a proper desk that I bought. It's actually just a big sheet of wood that was cut to fit my wall. It was some amateur DIY, and a while ago. I got the episode name right? Cool. I can't remember if it was 50 million or 50,000. Do you hate it when they have a section devoted to stealth? It depends on the game. Resident Evil 7, I hated the opening stealth stuff. You like DIY? Oh no, I got someone else to do. I wish I was good at DIY. I wish I could do that. I really do. Because I'm the sort of person who, if I want something done, if I can feasibly do it, I'll just do it. Just so that it's done and over with. But DIY is something, again, probably because I didn't have a dad who was like fit and healthy and up and around. Did you do your shelves? Not personally. Not personally. Can someone explain why Black Mirror comes out with a season of 3 episodes? Well, mediocre. Stealth in Resi 7? Yeah, there's a section early on, especially, where you're having to hide from the Jack who's like running around the house. And I really did not like that section at all. Sorry, Sheldon, I hate to disappoint. I would argue with that, Cindy, because I think season 3 is the best season of Black Mirror, but obviously taste is a factor here. Rods, I mean, yeah, there's actually something of a stinker of a Black Mirror episode, not Black Mirror, a Twilight Zone episode coming up in the classics. The last one me and Tara recorded was easily the weakest one we've had in the season. It's not the next one that's up though, because we're a couple ahead. I think it's episode 15, if I remember right. I can't remember. You like 2 the best, Sheldon? I like Striking Vipers the best. I thought that was kind of a sweet episode and an interesting concept. Even if the final bit at the end was a little bit tacked on for me. You love the DLC in that game? Resi 7? Or you talk about Hitman or what? 72% humidity and 94 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what it's like in Florida in the summer, in particular today. A woman passed out from the heat while waiting for the bus. Yeah, that's very humid. I can't say I get into it. What's 94 in Celsius? Let me check. Temperature conversion. 94 is 34 Celsius. Oof. That's eek. You know how Sonic got delayed because of all the complaints? Maybe The Boy 2 got delayed because of Katie Holmes is awful. I never played the DLC for Resi 7 actually. I beat the main game, but never the DLC. That was salty. That was proper salty, Tyler. Proper. Oh dear. Florida looks nice in movies, but it might only be Miami or Hollywood lying. All those pretty girls there are a bit unrealistic. That's also pretty. And back. Oofed. Oofed. 28 Celsius, man. 28 is kind of the peak of our summer. Like, we might hit that once in the summer. Here's something that Florida has, though, that Europe doesn't: air conditioning in more places. Oh. Hey, tap a tap tap. I was outside of Dallas, but it's been raining like crazy the last few days. How you liking Texas there, Tyler? 33, 8 and 9. Oh, oops, that was the wrong box. Text it into. Uh, I am just comfortable right now at a sweet 57.2 Fahrenheit. That's right, 57.2. Just cozy. It wasn't too warm today, admittedly. It gets warmer in a couple of days. Thursday's going to be hitting like 26 Celsius, so I'm going to be miserable. But yeah, I think hotels are more likely to have AC. I hate you. I'm sorry, Cindy. It's a little bit stuffy. Like, I feel like, and part of this is because I've got the cats who are not allowed outside, so I can never really open the windows too wide. I have to just kind of like have them open a crack. But you know, a little bit better. I'm in LA where the weather is perfect 300 days a year. So I presume the other 65 is over like January, February. This is not extreme cold. This is kind of cozy. I mean, it's probably warmer in here. 14 is just the, or 57 is just the temperature outside. Interesting, rude boy. Interesting. Yeah, it's summer. This isn't cold to me, Serenity. This is like mild, normal weather to me. This is still t-shirt and shorts weather to me. I'm in shorts right now. This is not cold. If you think this is cold, you have not been to cold. You are too used to a hot climate. The gender was blinding on. He was. Yeah, that light was hitting him really hard in the face. Cold is negative numbers. Yeah. Well, not in Celsius. I mean, in Celsius, once you're under 5, it's pretty cold. And it's extremely cold once you're in negative. Yeah, 94's like an inferno. This is what I'm telling you. This is not cold. You're in an inferno. I am in a normal heat. I am mildly sweaty right now. A little while ago, Michael Caine was quoted as saying he takes parts in films that take place in settings with great weather. 65 is my max limit. That's already. So sheltered. So temperature sheltered. You can tell me where Adam Sandler went on vacation if you look at his last movie. I know. That's basically what he does. He just picks movies that he can go and spend time in Barbados or wherever. Oh, I want a cruise. Let's do a movie called Murder Mystery. I feel like Daniel Day Kim is the luckiest. He filmed Lost in Hawaii, decided he loved it, and then got to film Hawaii Five-0 there afterwards. Yeah, until he had to leave the show in a dispute because they were dicking him over with pay. maybe in like January, Serenity, so you can really freeze your ass off. Some nice -3 Celsius. What's that in Fahrenheit? 26. 26.6. Look forward to that in January. Ontario and Georgia must have some nice weather. Well, I mean, that means I was wrong. I assumed it was on the cruise, but it kind of proves the point we were making about him just wanting to go and have a holiday in somewhere, tropical. Rude boy, I watched the first 20 minutes of Murder Mystery and felt bored and didn't care for the characters. Is it worth finishing? Oh, how you think I've seen it? What sort of man do you take me for? You madman. I don't know. That's the answer. Oh, actually, no, what am I saying? I do know. Of course it's not worth finishing. Of course it isn't. I don't have to see it to know that. You ever been in a tropical place? Nah, not really. I mean, nah, Spain doesn't count. So no. Never been anywhere tropical. I've been like to small islands and stuff, but not in tropical places. Like, Ellie Kim is a good looking dude. Who'd have thunk CBS has actors under 75? Do they have a lot of old actors in CBS? I didn't realize that. Pete, you love Adam Sandler movies almost as much as you love Michael Bay. Tyler, you shut your filthy mouth. I'm not having that. Alright. I don't need no temperature conversions anymore. We're good. Yeah. I don't even watch those shows. I'm just not into CBS shows. The only CBS shows I technically watch, I guess, is the original Twilight Zone. I assume it aired on CBS actually, because I used to think Star Trek the original series was CBS, but it was actually on NBC. I just assumed it was CBS because CBS Studios made it, but there was a time when that didn't mean it was on the channel associated with that company. Just like the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which was made by Fox, but was a WB show. Hmm. I know they played Gavin, a Wolfman and Hart lawyer, Wolfram and Hart lawyer on Angel, the spin-off of the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And Entertainment Weekly did that 20-year anniversary thing for Angel, like they did for Buffy a couple of years ago. That was kind of nice. It's actually so weird to think that Angel started only 2 years after Buffy. Because Buffy season 1 was a mid-season show, you know, it was only 1997 then 1999 when Angel started. I did the reference in something else before your comment came through. There's a delay, Tyler, remember? There's a delay. I've never heard anyone in the industry that I've worked with ever say nice things about Bay. That doesn't shock me. I always remember that that like TV thing. He was at like CES promoting a TV for I think Samsung, maybe Panasonic, and he just kind of like quit halfway through and walked off stage. Seems like a bit of a dick. He does look good for his age. He does. I wouldn't count CBS All Access as CBS. I'd count that as its own thing. Just kind of like I wouldn't count like Sci-Fi as NBC because it's the same company that owns it. But NBC, Sci-Fi, and Universal, and USA Network are all Universal. I used to watch a lot of game shows as a kid. I've not really kept up with them since. All you weirdos watching your Big Brother. I did see James Marsden is going to be one of the leads for The Stand. Oh, interesting. I mean, I like game shows. I just like I don't really channel surf anymore, so I don't really see them. Which is a shame actually, because I do enjoy watching them. I used to love watching a bunch of them when I was a kid. Watch better TV shows. That's my recommendation. Not that I'm shaming here. If you enjoy Big Brother, enjoy Big Brother. Knock yourself out. The detail on TBS is actually funny and unique show. I heard Amber Heard is supposed to be in it too. Tyler. The Stand does. If she's not too busy in court with Johnny Depp, that is. I would love to see Connor and Peter on Amazing Race. Would you do it with him? I don't think I'm built for Amazing Race. I've not really seen much of it, but from the small clips that I've seen, I don't think I'm in the condition for Amazing Race. Dan Giesley is amazing by far, as far as my Big Brother knowledge goes. Yeah, well, we have a different Big Brother, so I've never seen or heard anything of the American one. Not that I've seen much of the British one either, admittedly. Not since the early couple of years when it was like huge for a while. We would get lost because Connor's sense of direction is terrible. Also, I may have some Japanese wrestling on the other screen that I'm just sort of glancing at as I'm talking to you guys. Just full disclosure. Um, people only watch Big Brother for one thing. Is there nude sometimes? Is there boobies? Is that what it is? If you and Connor went on Amazing Race, which of you two would be more likely to take on the disgusting food challenges? Oh, it'd have to be Connor. I am fussy with regular food, never mind disgusting food. I would just quit the show right there and then if they made me try to eat something. Peter and Tim in the Amazing Race guarantee they would get lost, and Tim would say the weirdest things. I feel like the show following me and Tim getting lost and ignoring the rest of the contestants would be a much better reality show. It'd be far more entertaining. Nah, the British one's a little bit different. It's a lot more laid back than the American one. At least it used to be. I don't know if it's changed much since the early days. Like the American one, from the clips I've seen, feels more like a game show, despite the fact they are living together. Whereas the um, the UK one feels more like a social experiment that just happens to have a prize at the end. It's kind of weird. Did you ever see them all? I did not. Here's the thing though. I like game shows growing up, but the thing with game shows is that like it was all British game shows, and some of them have American versions. Like you had The Price is Right, and you had Play Your Cards Right, and you had those things, but you had them with like I want to say Regis filming maybe. Whereas I had those with Bruce Forsyth, who was the game show guy in the UK. We played a version of Survivor in my sociology class. I ate peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich to win a challenge. Yeah, I'm good. I am definitely good. This season they were in Japan and had to bite into slippers looking for chocolate, so it was either chocolate or wood you're biting into. Beautiful. Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay, man is a legend. He's pretty funny. I never really watched any of his shows, but whenever I see him in interviews or I see gifs of his idiot sandwich or whatever, I usually get a good chuckle. Gordon Ramsay, idiot sandwich is still one of my favorite things of all time. You watch I'm a Celeb? Oh god. Why? Talking about reality shows, we're really getting into he has one of the hot ones, which is fantastic. Watching him pour lemon and lime juice in his mouth to try and deal with the heat. Years ago, there was a reality show where the entire cast, aside from one player, were actors, meaning the winner was the only person competing and everyone around them was scripted. The Joe Schmo Show. Never heard of it, honestly. Spike. Spike doesn't even exist anymore, does it? Changed its name. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Spike is Paramount now. Yeah, I thought that was the one that changed out to Paramount. See what I did there? Hot Ones is a cool show. I mean, very good. Very good. Very, very, very witty. I'll be rude boy. Solitaire was my first reality show. I could definitely live in a cube like that and not go crazy. What do I have at my disposal? What do you get in the cube? That's the question. Ba, 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 ba. Scarlett Johansson was on a show called The Hot Ones. I mean, that seems accurate. Have I seen all three Cube movies? I have indeed. I have seen Cube, Cube 2, Hypercube, and Cube 0. How long are you in the cube? Oh, I got what the name meant, Mako. I was just remarking that it was notable for Johansson to be on that show. I would love an escape room reality show. That would probably work. It's kind of surprising that it's not been a thing yet. I guess it's because they'd have to design a new escape room like every week, or at least change all the clues and like how you get out of it. Okay, it sounds like a just more elaborate version of the keep dancing or touch the car until you're the last one left kind of game. Just turn Saw into a reality show. I mean, some people might like that. As long as they don't edit it like Saw, I might be on board with all the stupid MTV cutting around and spinning and quick flashes and whatever else. Saw is all about working together. I wonder why no one ever figures that out. Because movie characters have to be stupid. Has Saw ever had a sequel where he traps an escape artist? That's such an obvious thing to do, and the answer is no. No, they have not. That may actually be a good Saw sequel. Because Saw conceptually is not flawed. The problem with Saw is how it's made, how it's written, and the fact that they're not really willing to just devote it to being about the game. There always has to be these big giant plot twists that shock everyone, because the first movie had that, so then 2 had that, and two's twists weren't too bad, all things considered. Jigsaw's kidnapped Stallone from the prison movie. Well, one of the things I love about You're Next is that it's a kind of a slasher movie, but the main girl turns out to be a bit of a badass, and I always sort of pitched it as is you're next as if the final girl turned out to be like Rambo's daughter. And I always loved that idea that this team of killers attacked this family, but one of the women there just happens to be really resourceful and knows what she's doing to defend herself. Is great. Yeah, the acting's terrible in Saw as well for the most part. Me and Tim for 72 hours. I think we could do that. My coffee pods are 9 stops away, according to your alerts. Alerts? Don't you have the live map up so you can see them going from house to house? I do that when I'm getting an Amazon delivery. I remember the one when I saw the person not to open the door till the timer ran out. They didn't listen, and it shot their loved one. That might have been two. I don't know. They all blur together. So many of them are the same. Especially once you get to like 4, 5, and 6. Like 4, 5, and 6 are just one blurry movie to me. Yeah, it gets so convoluted. Like there's legitimately a previously on Saw thing at the start of like some of the later ones. Main girl Unix was the only likable person. Yeah, that's fair, but she's the one I had to like. The rest are fodder. She's the badass. The map is up and the icon over my home says 9 stops away. Very nice. Very nice. I even got like a map like that once for ordering food. I think it depends on what store and what technology they've, decided to. Because obviously the driver has to have some sort of sat nav tracking for that. But I actually got, I think it was when I ordered something a few months ago. It wasn't one of my regulars. It was somewhere I hadn't tried before. And because I was surprised that this was a thing for food. I was like, wait, what? I can see the driver coming. You kids and your apps. But Donnie Wahlberg. Donnie Wahlberg wasn't that good in it. I'm not having it. I only remember one with the doctor and the other guy. Yeah, that was the first one. Watch The Boy 2 end up being real successful and it's the next big thing for 7 sequels. Don't say that. That's nightmare fuel. Tim has not responded to the tweets yet. He's too busy honeymooning. I can't wait till I see it though. Where am I? Whichever came out in 2005 was the only Saw movie I saw. That would have been Saw 2 probably. Because the first one was 2004. Pete, if you were forced to sit down and watch the first 3 Saw movies or the 3 Hostel movies, well, I've only seen Hostel 1 before out of the 3 Hostels, so at least 2 and 3 would be new. And I'm always going to risk the new thing probably over the thing that I know I'm going to be bored as shit through. Who's in Saw from Princess Bride? He's too busy clutching his Bram's doll and sobbing. Oh, he's in Princess Bride? Okay. I've seen Princess Bride, but it's been a long time. And there's a pretty big gap between those movies. I probably didn't recognize him. And I remember being in middle school and one of the teachers took us to see Saw. What, middle school? He did not like that I was laughing how stupid the movie was and the people in it. He wanted me to be scared with him. Ah, well. You mean doinking his wife? Come on, Bob. Show some class. This is Tim we're talking about here. He's the star of Princess Bride. His acting must have been better in Princess Bride because he was pretty rough and Saw. Tim married Brahms. Who the hell says doinking? Yeah, I'm familiar with boinking. Boinking's definitely a phrase I've heard many a time. Doinking though is not a bad word. I can't say I hate it. In 2004 I was 15 for the record. Oh yeah, Lee Wannell, like he started kind of with Saw. At least that's where I first heard of him. So I was surprised when Insidious ended up so good. Doink the Clown was a WWF wrestler. He was. He was all evil at first, then they turned him into a fan favorite, and he was like just this goofy clown after that. Evil Doink was way more interesting. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Oogie Loves movie. I was old enough to ride a bike in 2004. Yeah, Sheldon. Um, he became a fan favorite when he had a little person as a sidekick named Dink. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. I remember that. Upgraded so good. Bet you didn't know him in effing Ninja. I like Upgrade. I think it's rough around the edges, but there's a lot of things I like in Upgrade. A lot of things I like. Gotta go to bed? No worries, Decay. You have fun. Sleep tight. Yeah, I liked how Upgrade was shot. I really did. It felt so unique. Isn't Oogie Loves one of the worst movies ever created? I have to admit, I'm not familiar with Oogie Loves. This is weird. There's like a montage right now before this event that's like showing like highlights of all the big events in the previous year. Well, yeah, welcome to the stream. It was also a completely different person under the makeup when Doink turned babyface. Um, yeah, I think I remember hearing that actually. I wasn't around to watch that stuff as it was happening, though. I was like a baby. Birdemic. Birdemic's a special treat. Nothing will top the room. Um, The Room's not the worst movie ever made. Not even close. Birdemic's a worse movie than The Room. If we're talking about what's more entertaining, then we're having a different conversation, but there's a lot of wrestlers back then who changed characters and stuff. Like, Kane used to be an evil dentist. As silly as that sounds. 20 million budget, made 1 million, and has 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is the legend of Oogie Loves. Did you like Sharknado 5, Pete? I have not seen any Sharknado movies, Mako. What do you take me for? Uwe Boll and Tommy Wiseau worked together? What? Aye, Dr. Isaac Yankem, that was it. He was like an evil dentist. He was also the fake Diesel. Oh, they didn't. Tyler, don't get me excited like that. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me, indeed. If a ball's real, oh god, I don't even. I don't know if I want to see that. The original was a veteran wrestler named Matt Bourne. Babyface donks were portrayed more than one guy, including Steve Cairn and also Skinner. Look at William with a deep wrestling knowledge. I'm watching Wrestle Kingdom 13 for the record, just in case you care. Oh, I had to see that Russian movie. It had a bear in it. It was like Russian Avengers. Is Matt Bourne related to Evan Bourne? I have no idea. May just be the same name. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's the son of the original Doink. Or not the original. The second. No, that is the original. Yeah. Ah, dear. How's everyone then? Trailer for Oogie Loves. Oh dear. I'm not watching that right now, but I appreciate it being posted. Let us check a couple things. Is that water or water? No, it's this. This water. You know I don't drink booze, Mako. I've never drank booze. Speed off, Pete. Can you think of any good Russian horror movies off the top of your head? Russian? No, I don't think I've seen any Russian horror movies. The only Russian movies I've seen, I think, are a couple of Tarkovsky movies, both of which are science fiction. Oh no, was Ivan's Childhood Tarkovsky as well? Maybe I've seen 3. That was more of a drama. I don't think it's because it was so bad, Sheldon. I think it's because certain countries don't have copyright law, so they couldn't release it anywhere else. But I don't think they had any legal precedent because I believe that's why there's certain movies that just flat out rip off things in certain countries. I just had a little bottle of vodka someone gave me, so I'm good. Well, Cindy is just a little bit buzzed, I suppose. Good to know, Cindy. Good to. Is that why you gave me that weird hey at the start of the stream, or was that pre-vodka? Evan Bourne's not his real name. That makes sense. We need Russia on screams. Best Russian scary films. V? Night Watch? Oh, I've seen Night Watch. I thought it was overrated. I didn't like it that much. I haven't seen any of these other ones though. Why is Unfriended on this list? That seems a bit of a stretch. I don't know what the reason is, but it's a stretch. Nice. So those are just set in Russia. Ah. It was so bad, Pete. What was so bad? I've forgotten what I mentioned. It was so bad. uh, me too, but not a little bottle. Mid vodka. That was mid vodka Sunday. Okay, good to know. I'm happy you're cheery. I don't mind you guys being a bit more giddy. Night Watch the book is good? Okay. Oh yeah, Night Watch with Ewan McGregor is a different film. I think I've seen that one as well, actually. Although a long time ago. I remember when people still thought WWE was real and people took pics of Undertaker when he was supposed to be buried. I have to question like I buy kids thinking it's real, and that when I was younger, people my age probably thought it was real when I was like 10. But did adults really ever think it was real? I find it really hard to believe. And I enjoy it. Like I'm not. It's a performance, is what it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this idea of pretending it's real is weird, or I should say kayfabe to use the correct terminology. Yeah, he's a security guard, and he not him, but the villain, I think, like engages in necrophilia. The one scene in the movie I remember is the bad guy like sitting on a corpse and like getting off on it. And I was far too young to see that movie when that happened. I'll just say that right now. Wrestling Renegade. We're talking about wrestling. And I think it was War of the Worlds you're thinking of, Serenity. Did I ever play PT? I did, and I still have PT on my PS4. I liked it immensely. What a scene to call back to. Yeah, War of the Worlds. Yeah, I remember that being the thing. I remember learning about an incident in Memphis wrestling where Jerry Lawler was hit by a cart and people bought into it enough that a number of them were calling and reporting the incident to the cops. Yeah, that's one of those weird things. See, when they try and pull stuff that looks really serious, and you're like, is this part of the show or is it just, you know? Because it's usually part of the show. It's very rarely a real thing. You liked it as well, Kevin. That's cool. PT was great. Caffeine come to daddy. Here we go. I'm so happy we're here for Rude Boy getting his package. What a wild ride it's been. I liked parts of the 2005 War of the Worlds when it came out. I have not seen it since though. I'm not sure if I'd care for it now. I have both those movies, but I don't remember watching either. I mean, there's worse things you could be missing out on. Or better things, I guess would make more sense for that sentence. So Keanu Reeves is still in theater, but I don't remember any of it. Yeah, I think I saw that movie, but I don't remember any of it either. Like I remember nothing of that movie, and the original's so good. Oh yeah, I mean, fake's kind of a weird word for it. Like people who are mad that it's like a show, like to throw around the word fake. It doesn't change the fact that it's very athletic, and that they're taking bumps, but it's still, you know, they're agreeing to take the bumps, and they're working with each other to put on a show. They know they're doing the things. Usually, anyway. Why would Earth ever protect humanity? That is when my disbelief is sky high. If aliens came, we all dead on sight if they if they out there trying to kill people. Oh yeah, CM Punk's MMA stuff is dire. Not that I watch any of that, but have you guys reviewed the Charlie Sheen classic The Arrival? Alien contact movie with a radio astronomer. Or about a radio astronomer. No, I've not even seen that movie, in fact. PlayStations with PT on them are worth a lot on eBay. I still need my PS4, but no, you're not tempting me a little bit. Mm. Well, that was a quickie then, wasn't it, Kevin? At least I think it was quick from what I remember. Why would the least athletic guy want to do a real fight? Watch some world class wrestling from Dallas in the 80s, and you can see by the emotional reactions of the fans that it was real for a lot of them, including the adults. Yeah, that's so weird to me. I think it's more healthier for the the industry, even that it's understood that it's a show. I think it's better because it means they can do more extreme things, and people aren't like freaking out too much because it's like, no, this is them putting on a show. Um, Maybe try a round of Quiplash later. We may. Will you and Tara review Contact for the Ace? I'm sure it's on the master list that we've got kicking around. I can't say when it'll happen, but it's Ace Worthy for sure. kayfabe, yeah, kayfabe's dead, basically. Whether the Jacob's Ladder remake will be good, I don't know. No. Ace's old sci-fi movie reviews, and not just old and new, just sci-fi movies in general. Can't wait till you and Tara talk about Coherence, one of my faves of all time. Yeah, we'll definitely do that at some point. We do have Primer coming up soon, so that'll be an interesting talk for sure. Time Cop is the most worthy. Hey, we have actively talked about wanting to do Time Cop, so Time Cop's going to be a thing. But there wasn't no internet, and it isn't like at the start of the show, this is all fake. No, that's true. That's true. I mean, I guess that's part of it. I guess they like to feed off the mystique of is it or isn't it real, which now is just gone. Now it's like, no, it's a show. You're right, the internet has a lot to do with that. Yeah, Jacob's Ladder's been remade. I'm surprised CBS doesn't have a show called Time Cop. I think there was a Time Cop TV show actually after after the movie at some point. I don't think it lasted very long. Speaking of Time Cop, Jughead's Time Cops is a thing, and you should all read it. Wait, so why did you guys do the Breakfast Club for review? I can't remember now. Oh, it was a vote winner. We did like a vote of I want to say teen movies. Oh yeah, it was like all it was like that, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, all those movies. Time Cop 5 starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Rob Van Dam. Nah, we could do without Rob Van Dam and things. Yeah. Yeah, I knew there was a Time Cop TV show. I remembered that being a thing for like one season. I never saw it, but I knew it was a thing. Rob Van Dam owns a comic book shop. I guess that's not that surprising. Oh, nose is itchy. Calm down, Serenity. Calm down. I've seen Bloodsport once, I think. I'll remember it very well. I remember enjoying it. I'm sure there are sexy Scottish men too. um, yes. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, where was it? There's been a few. Oh, there's been a bunch of comments. I looked away for like 20 seconds. All right. For a Sentinel TV show on Sci-Fi. You watched 16 Candles recently on a kick. However, fair enough. I don't really, despite the fact that I like a lot of things with teens in it, I've never really been super into straight teen things. I don't remember the name of it, but the only Van Damme movie I've seen outside of Street Fighter is the one where he's twins with one of the evil. Yeah, that's the Double Impact. I want my Green Lantern Corps book, Pete. I'm getting impatient about it. Damn you, Mars. I'm too busy being in shock of that stupid Lobdell Flash book. Poor Wally. I meant beside you, Pete. Oh, thank you, Mako. Thank you. I accept that. I was looking at Patreon concerning donating to the live stream show. I don't see a specific link. Do all donations go to that? Yeah, everything goes to that, rude boy. It's basically just the total. When the total hits that amount, we'll do that show. And when it drops below that amount, we'll stop doing the show. And when it goes above the amount, we'll, as long as it stays above that amount, we'll keep doing that show. So, because you're already a patron, are you not? I thought you were. So if you want to like add more, just so it goes up closer to the gold, and just up your pledge to whatever you want. Streams after midnight, yeah. Sudden Death was one I saw a few times. Yeah, I saw that. I was a diehard knockoff in an ice hockey rink, or an ice hockey arena. Maybe I should say more accurately. Same the first kickboxer. I love Van Damme and Expendables along with Chuck Norris. Yeah, Expendables 2 was fun. Expendables 2 was kind of what you wanted Expendables 1 to be. And Expendables 1 wasn't bad per se, it just wasn't as exciting as you would have liked. The Quest is underrated Van Damme movie. Roger Moore's in it. I like Time Cop. I like Universal Soldier. I kinda liked the it's probably not very good, but I remember liking Double Team when I was a kid with Dennis Rodman. I think Mickey Rourke was in that. I thought you were a fan of Riverdale, Pete. Well, I stopped watching because it got too goddamn weird. Although, given what I've read, what happened in season 3, it almost sounds like it got so weird that I might actually like it again because it's just so batshit insane. Let me have Tom King writing Kyle Rayner book. The internet might freak out on that, but I'm not opposed to the idea. Oh, I'm holding out of that anger. Don't you worry, Serenity. And your stream's not lagging, by the way, guys. I'm just far behind on the comments. I'm like halfway up my thing. Aside from winning too many video games, Tyler, you're pretty okay. Ah, dear. Yeah, you're a patron. Yeah, I thought you were. I recognize this. We got a new patron last night, actually. It's always nice to see. The quest, the plot, set in 1925, revolves around a martial arts tournament in the mysterious Lost City, located deep in Tibet, with martial artists from around the world fighting to earn the winner's prize, the Golden Dragon, a valuable statue made of solid gold. Interesting. First Expendables took itself too seriously. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It needed to be just a bit more cheesy. I feel pity for for the base camp PA who was on those Expendables movies. Herding that cast is like herding cats. Yeah. Yeah, I PAs, production managers, I've always felt great sympathy for those jobs because they're so important for things to actually work and go smoothly, like in terms of filmmaking, but goddamn, I would never do them. Like never. Never. Sounds like Tekken. What about No Retreat, No Surrender? Anyone else remember that one? I don't think I've seen that one. So Mortal Kombat without the magic powers. Kind of sounds like it. Is Riverdale a show that looks like Twin Peaks with hot girls and guys? It wishes it could be. I mean, it can't really be compared because I thought we were going to compare it to Twin Peaks when it started, but it was far too trashy and didn't have any of the actual, depth that Twin Peaks does. I opted out when the entire high school football team went out as a vigilante squad in red gimp masks, but also topless. That was the point in the show where I said, you know what, I think this isn't for me. Can we haze new patrons like initiation? um, I want them to stick around, so probably not. But you have to go, Sheldon. No worries. Thank you for dropping by. The Quest just felt like a remake of Bloodsport. Okay. My favorite Van Damme movie isn't really in martial arts. It's a brutal and heavy around the acting. Kelly Blanc, Jean-Claude Van Damme, is a honorable citizen who wakes up incarcerated in Russia after he takes revenge on the man who murdered his wife, resulting in the killer's death. Unfortunately for Kyle, he is assigned to a prison that is renowned for its violence. Controlled by a corrupt and sadistic warden, the facility regularly holds brutal fights between inmates. In order to survive in the prison, Kyle must participate in the battles, even as he attempts to retain his humanity. Eek. Oh. And the 3-1 was worse. Oh jeez. I read Archie comics my entire childhood, and I resent the reimagined emo version. Yeah, I read some of the Mark Waid comic from recently. I need to clear notifications on my phone more often. I still had notifications from like 2 hours ago. I read Archie comics. No, I read that bit. The quest wasn't much different from Bloodsport, but Roger Moore's in it, and various fighting styles from different parts of the world are called out and featured. Betty on Riverdale, though. Lily Reinhardt is a cutie. I'll give you it. What's this? I don't need that open. Oh, Kota Ibushi with the last ride. But Will Ospreay kicked out though, so this event's months old. I'm not watching a new thing. This is. I'm just glancing over and kind of pay attention to it half as I'm talking to you guys. Does Riverdale have Moose and Midge? Definitely has Moose. I don't remember if Midge is there. Moose is a fairly minor character though. I think he actually they changed actors because the actor from season 1 had to leave for another show. Midge was his girlfriend in the comics, and he was always jealous if anyone talked to her. Midge was in the last season. Yeah, I don't remember from the season I watched, but maybe she showed up later. They didn't change Mr. Change Reggie. Oh, sorry. Sorry. My memory is failing me, Sereni. Midge was murdered in season 2. Ah, yes. There's a serial killer about. I should charge my phone. Eek. Try to get comfortable. Get comfortable. I probably need to trim my beard a little bit. It's getting a little bit bushy in the sides. Make it a bit neater. Did you not see Expendables 3? No, I saw Expendables 3. I saw Expendables 3 in the theaters, if I recall. The coffee hitting my mouth is like a Dragon Ball Z transformation. Oh, Jesus. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. I love that Rude Boy got a package delivered and then set it up immediately and is already enjoying the fruits of his package. Doesn't feel like you've already been streaming for 2 hours. It doesn't actually. Given how late it is and how little sleep I had last night, I thought that I'd be struggling more, but here we are. Technology, baby. Oh, this looks nasty. Every so often there'll be a move that just looks so dangerous. Suddenly I just realized I bought the Point Break reboot instead of the original. Oh, I'm so sorry. that is. I think the crying emoji is the correct emoji for that. Oh, that hurts. Is it the Blu-ray or did you like buy it on like a digital service? More dangerous. This was more of a tombstone, but he hooked his legs under his armpits before driving his head into the mat. And was this a recent purchase, Cindy, or is this something you've just noticed for something you bought like a year ago? It's the Blu-ray. It was in the $5 bin, so I thought I got a deal. Instead, you got ripped off. I think Jake Busey should star in all remakes of Gary Busey movies. Hey, I'll sign up for the Hide on the House remake. I'll sign right up. Halloween's the worst remake of all time. I'll get on board with that more or less. The actors were also tiny on the cover. What's this? Who's this? That looks like Swayze and Keanu. Yep, that looks about right. Oh dear. Um, but yes, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So it turns out you need the booze to dull your pain. You didn't know that when you started, but you need the booze to dull your pain. Matrix 4. What? What? Was this madness? Michael B. Jordan. I had not heard this. I'll take the other guy on a stretcher. Bushy's not injured. This is a weird. They're trying to oversell his finisher. This is. Oh, they wanted Brandon Lee for Neo. That's a shame. I thought he was doing a Morpheus prequel. Morpheus prequel? What's. Haters go. Michael B. Jordan set to replace Keanu Reeves in the new Wachowski sequel. It says sequel here. Oh, we have to bring everything back, don't we? Might be getting into production next year. As they are they now known as the Wachowski sisters? I feel like people just call them the Wachowskis now, so they don't have to think about it. And just in case they make a mistake, they're just the Wachowskis now. When do you think we'll start seeing more stuff from the Witcher show? I just can't wait to see Cavill in for Geralt mode. I think we heard that was coming before the end of the year. There was like a conference call or something, and the head of Netflix said that Witcher was coming in the last quarter of the year or something like that. Or was it the first quarter of next year? My memory's failing me here a little bit, but I'm kind of expecting a train wreck. I want it to be good, but I'm kind of expecting a train wreck for some reason. I just have a bad feeling about it. Connor definitely said it was it by the end of the year. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm remembering. I'm remembering that conversation. They should go out all out Castlevania Devil May Cry route, make them animated. Um, they want something bigger than that. They want like a big heavy hitter. They want something that people are going to buy Netflix for. They're hoping this will be their Game of Thrones. That is essentially what they're trying to do. And an animated show is never going to do that for them. It's the same reason why Amazon's got a Lord of the Rings show coming. Oh, Spider-Verse was great, Rude Boy. I would recommend checking out Spider-Verse. Really cool animation style, good music, tight script. Pardon me. Can't wait for Far From Home after hearing all the Gyllenhaal praise. Wasn't there going to be a Zelda show? God, you're really digging into the banks here. I remember there being rumors. I don't know if it ever wasn't it. No, I think it was just a rumor, and it ended up being Castlevania, or it ended up being Devil May Cry. I feel like that was like one of the ones that ended up being one of the other things, if I recall. John Hall is good at playing sociopaths. Yes, he is. He is very good at playing sociopaths. Man, YouTube's new backend takes ages to load compared to the old one. Because the old one was just web pages. Now it's got this like fancy kind of thing where it's not just a web page anymore. It like has different states without reloading the page, and but it makes it take forever to load. Source code is underrated. I like source code. It's not as good as Moon, but source code is pretty good. Hmm. Well, yeah. Pardon me. Oh dear. What is Moon? I've heard it's good. Oh, Moon's a fantastic movie. Sam Rockwell. He's on a base in the moon, and he finds another version of himself, and it's kind of him about it's about him realizing that he's a clone. It's so good. Yeah, yeah. I must be getting tired. I mean, I'm getting quiet for long stretches here. It's hard to fathom that it's the same person that made Mute. Oh, it is. Mute hurts me. Like, I was excited for him to get back to a sci-fi movie after Warcraft, and it came out, and it was just terrible. I wanted to love it so much, and it hurts because one of the reliable things to care about as a fan of film and stuff like that is typically like as directors, right? So you love the work of a director. You feel more confident going into another film by directors you like. So when you really love a director, you feel like, okay, the next film from that director is going to be a surefire hit for yourself because it's like what you want. It's just more surefire. So, and obviously some directors are hit and miss anyway, and you just kind of know who those are, so you know to have your expectations in check. But it's a shame when a director who, after the first couple of films, you're like, oh man, this director's like one to watch, and this is someone who I'm going to be excited about all their films, and to then see it go down, be excited. Oh, OBS disconnected there for a second. I was just saying that I'm going to be worried about what his next film is now, and I'm not going to be excited anymore. And that's a shame, because that um, was troubling. I don't know how I feel about him doing Rogue Trooper. I don't really know what Rogue Trooper is, so I'm not really all that invested. Great cast too. I mean, in theory, it's a great cast. They all somehow come out of that film looking worse than what they should. But hey, all right, guys, I'm going to call it because I think I've lasted out as much of the night as I'm going to. I like Paul Rudd's mustache, very good. But I think I'm going to call it there, and I will see you guys on another stream. So streams, House of Wax is still coming, just early tomorrow now instead. Legion will also be coming tomorrow, and we'll get back to Dark and Too Old to Die Young, hopefully on Wednesday, assuming that Ginger manages to make the recording tomorrow. Oh. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I will see you next time. Keep supporting the channel and all the shows. I appreciate you loads. So thank you once again. I will see you next time. Goodbye.